right, folks, welcome to Returners Hideout number 311. How's everybody doing? Happy Wednesday. We are back. Not only are we back with more Final Fantasy TCG action for you, however, we got a brand new set. OPUS 27, aka Journey to Discovery, I think. Sorry, I'm still bad at those stupid names. Is here, and boy, that means a whole bunch of new cards, a whole bunch of new strategies, new things for old decks, new things for new decks. I'm really excited to see what we got going on tonight. We've got 15 players, or sorry, it's 7:15 when we're starting. We have 11 players tonight. We're going to go ahead and see what we've got from these different gamers as far as decks are concerned. Excited to see. How's everybody doing? Happy Wednesday. Decahedron, welcome. Good to see everybody. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into the games. These people I'm already pretty sure they're already off to the races. Okay. Alright. Now these guys are already zooming, man. We're probably already... Let's see. Oh, Greg versus Irving at table 1. We've got to go there. I'm going to table 1. Oh, man. Eureka versus Brian C is pretty good, too, at table 4. But maybe that'll be our backup if this one keeps going. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this up on the screen. I've got to guess that Greg is probably playing some Rainbow Scion stuff, if I had to guess. I mean, they're not Scions anymore, but you know what I mean, guys. Rainbow 14 stuff. Irving, I got no clue what to expect from my boy. He's always doing something spicy. So let's go ahead and see what's there. Let's get this up on the screen. Let's get the names right here. Let's get the names right here. Goodness, guys, I'm having a day. Long day at work. But now we're here, okay? All right. So, looks like Irving's doing something. Oh, that's Koana. Oh, they're both doing... These guys doing the very similar thing. I don't know. I see... But we see these new Final Fantasy 14 cards. We'll talk about those in just a second here. Let me just get tournament title and names on the screen, and then we will be good to go. On the left there, that looks like Greg, and it does look like Greg, of course, is playing the 14 deck that has the 12 angle, but the Graha slips into that 12 deck really easily, and so that'll be fun to take a look at in a second here. And then Irving, old Final Fantasy 11 compatriot Irving Diaz, dude, Garage Gang, founding member here, to show us what he's working on this week. And it looks like something with a bunch of 2-drops in it, because I see Gold Biz. So, all right, let's look at what we've got. So on the bottom here, he's gone to the discard pile, but let's take a look at Graha Tia. Graha Tia is a new awesome fun legend from this set, and he's got a lot of text, right? So when Graha Tia enters the field from your hand, you reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, return them to the bottom of your deck in any order. If there were 3 or more different elements among the revealed cards, you draw 2 cards. If there are 5 or more, also during this turn, the cost required to cast your next card is reduced by 4. If there were 8 or more... Oh, now he goes away. If there are 8 or more, also remove all of the characters opponent controls and all cards in your opponent's break zone from the game. Now, for there to be 8 different elements in the top 5 cards of your deck is a crazy thing, but this is exactly how you would do it, right? You see these multi-element characters are helping you get 2 at a time. So here we have, this is probably just, what, 5? So it's missing water, right? So we've got ice, fire, wind, earth. Oh no, he says 6. He did hit 6, I missed. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Same colors. 2, 3. 4, 5, right? Yeah, he said 5 elements, and then I said, hey, 6, but yeah, no, it's 5 elements. So 5 elements means, if there were 5 or more, also during this turn, the cost required to cast your next card is reduced by 4. So the next card that Greg plays, minus 4 CP on the cast. I mean, that's pretty fucking... pretty crazy already. Graha just coming in for 5 CP and then letting the... Formelda is the card we're going to play. Very, very interesting. So Formelda here, of course, this is a card that wants to be in a rainbow deck. So it's really cool to see it find a home here. At the beginning of the attack phase during each turn, if there are 4 or more different elements among characters you control, so we do have water and wind and ice only right now, then you select one of the 2 following actions. You either choose a forward and you shrink it, Or you play another forward that costs 4 or less for your hand on the field. Now, the fact that we just played a forward of 4 for 0, and then we could potentially play another forward that costs 4 for 0 is a really interesting little value chain here. However, Formelda is missing that 4th color, so we'd have to play something out of the limit break or another card from hand here. We'll have to see. And I'm currently, I'm stuffing my face with dinner. But then I will, well, it's a special week, folks. I'll cam up for you guys. No, I mean, just chat with you guys and hang out. But we're eating hot dogs right now. So, you guys, I mean, normally, if you wanted to watch me eat these hot dogs, that's a whole different website. And you got to pay a lot of money for that. Show us the glizzy? Oh, Nick, you know, of the short list of people in the community who I would let me watch eat a fucking hot dog. But no, I'm not saying the glizzy. But I'm gonna eat the glizzy. Okay, so Hien. Hien is an all-star in a deck that's full of Final Fantasy XIV characters, right? We've already seen him... Oh, ba-ding! We've already seen him have this really, really potent place in the 12 deck. Because all the characters have that... have the same category. Don't forget to chase the glizzy. Thank you, Tyler. You know what? I actually don't have my water over here, so that is a helpful hydrate. I appreciate you. I'm gonna get my water. I'll be right back 1 second. Look at you taking care of me, brother. What a homie. Water bottle. Okay. Alright, coming back. Coming back in over here. With our big water bottle. Okay. Alright, now let's look at what Irving's got going on. Wind Lightning. Very cool. Alright, so Koana is in this deck. Koana is another one of these new Final Fantasy XIV cards. When Koana enters the field, you can search for a category 14 character of cost 2 and play it onto the field. Now, this does let you play backups on the field, and we see that that's exactly what Irving did. Irving opted to play this White Mage backup. I've always loved this backup. This is Opus 6, right? Yeah, Opus 6 White Mage. This card is really neat little tech piece for when people are interacting with their break zone frequently. On the way in, it just takes something out of the break zone, and then it has that action ability for 1 CP, where you can put it in the break zone and remove a card from your opponent's break zone from the game. The one cool thing about this card is it does not, that second cost doesn't have a tap requirement, so White Mage can be doled out, and you can still pay with another CP or a card from hand to activate that ability, so it's pretty cool. But I assume that Irving has just got a 2 CP backup with a Final Fantasy XIV category in both of his colors, as well as maybe some other nice setup pieces. Is Fiend a character or forward? I got no idea, dude. I don't think I've seen one of those yet. Forward, there you go. Yeah, this is yeah, that's Koana. And he's character. Fiend, like, knock off Garnet, dude. We have Garnet at home. Technically, she's both, says old Sergio. Sergio, good to see you, brother. Oh, there's Arden. Oh, Magamer. Arden tipping his hat to Hien and sending him to the Shadow Realm. We do reveal a juggler, so that goes right to Irving's hand. Look at Irving. Look, I love how the first time that we saw Arden played, he's not even in a Mono Lightning deck. He's not even in a Mono Lightning deck. He's just here as his kill spell and his value engine. I kind of dig. Yeah, Arden just, you know, we used to pay for, he used to pay 7 to kill things like that, except it didn't come with a body. Okay. Oh, I forgot the old tournament title here. The Combat King! Little Final Fantasy VIII reference there for you guys, for those of you into magazines. There we go, get the names in the title. Alright, let's go ahead and get the old Camarino on, folks, why not? That is a little zoomed in, isn't it? Better. Okay. I do love this Golbez being in here. Oh, okay, so we're seeing our first new Limit Break card here. We have Lightning Wind Onion Knight. This card screams Adam Duncan. When Onion Knight leaves the field, you may play one category DFF forward of cost 4 or less from your hand onto the field. Put Onion Knight into the break zone, choose a forward of 4 or less, and break it. So Onion Knight comes in. He gets to also play another card with him. It's a pretty great rate considering he's a 6 cost 8K. He doesn't even have like a weird cost or anything like that associated with him. He is just here to game, dude. And then you play that Dissidia Final Fantasy character. Now sure, that might seem like it's a bit of a restriction, but there are a lot of really, really good Dissidia Final Fantasy cards, and that category can kind of sneak its way onto some cards that you don't always really realize even has it. Oh my goodness, wait, why is my oh, because YouTube. I keep forgetting about that. That I have to fix YouTube so to not have the default like Streamlabs notifications, like there's like a little friggin' zombie guy running across. It should be our our beautiful Twitch stuff. I still look, guys. We're still new to the old cross stream on YouTube, so thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Robert, for the sub on YouTube. Thank you, thank you. We will be fixing our YouTube stuff so that you get proper Final Fantasy notifications when you follow and sub. So you are owed a Final Fantasy victory fanfare, which means, of course, I'm going to have to sing it for you myself since it did not play. So you get a little. That's just for you, Robert. All right, enjoy that. Okay, so we're back. We're looking. What do we got there? Kerr says, "Oof, couldn't play the boys due to a corrupted file. And playing with new toys for warriors came across just X-Death discard stall. So glad to see that's the only such deck right now." Okay, interesting. I assume. Let's see. You played against Logan. You get to say, playing with new toys for warriors came across X-Death discard stall. Interesting. Couldn't play due to a corrupted file is interesting. Are you using FF Dex or are you using Materia Hunter to export those bad boys these days, Mr. Kurt? I saw that somebody else mentioned having an issue with FF Dex in the Discord today. It's just why. Still use FF Dex because you don't find the interface for Materia Hunter intuitive. Yeah, look, I was an FF Dex guy, okay, all the way up until they like deleted my account and made me, you know, when they did like the big overhaul and made everybody like remake their passwords and accounts and everything, and I was like, yeah, okay, so you really just are begging me to stop using your service, huh? Okay, and then switched over. But yeah, I think FF Dex there's something up. They're having some kind of issue right now with their export, but Materia Hunter is working just fine. So you can export the deck from FF Dex into Materia Hunter and then export it to Octagon through Materia Hunter. If you wanted to try that, you don't even have to like use the interface. You can just do a double import export thing. Ugh. Anyway. There's nothing wrong with FF Dex. I mean, FF Dex used to be great. Used to be the best. Used to be no one that did it better, man. All right. Might just be a select portion. Yeah, I assume it's a card, like a card or two or something that people are using that are creating an error. Materia Hunter is faster with the new stuff. He gets it on there as soon as it gets posted. Yeah, but like, so I actually kind of hate that a little bit. I don't want to see a single fucking card in my deck builder that's not legal. That's one of the things I actually don't like about Materia Hunter. I find it really frustrating that they have cards in there that aren't even out yet. Why the fuck do I need that there? But anyway. Yeah, I'm sure it's just a part of the set or something that creates that error. And it's not every card. I meant to make that bigger, not close it. Alright, so we've snapped back into a Slim Jim over here. It's looking like the normal 12 deck, right? It's not looking like there's anything crazy or new going on. Oh! Woke Lamont is here, guys. I guess Woke Lamont came out in the starter too, but we've got the cost required to cast Woke Lamont is reduced by 1 for each category 14 character you control. Pretty incredible. I mean, it's character. It doesn't say it can't become 0. This card becomes free really, really fast in decks that look like this, right? Like right now, if we had one of these in our hand, it would be absolutely free real estate. When Wuklamot attacks, select one of the 2 following actions. Now that is one thing, it does have to attack. It doesn't have any kind of haste or anything like that. So she is going to need to stick around, but when it's a free 9k, that's not so bad, right? Choose one back that will cost 4 or more, break it, or reveal the top card of your deck if it is a category 14 character added to your hand. So she's a payoff for having a OPUS all 14 deck in more ways than one. She is cheaper if you have all 14 people in play, and then she just is accelerating cards back to hand if you have a deck full of 14 characters. So Earth Wuklamot, definitely a fun idea for the 12 or even for Scions. Yeah, it's a really cool card, because that's a great point that you make there too, Kurt, is that despite this card being Earth element, it is nothing, you're going to be playing this for free every time, right? So it almost doesn't even matter what element the card is, but it does give you access to things. If you wanted to, you could start to splash like Earth Limit Break and things like that, where you could use this card to pay for it. It does also help for things that care about like multiple elements, so you can just play this element without having to commit to it. Oh, and the man who cannot help himself there is 4-color Warrior Light. On the other side of the table, Zande did come down, so it's very interesting that we have this, I guess everything in play besides the Tomos is technically lightning, because they're just dual element guys. So it is it's pretty close to a mono lightning deck with a tiny wind, like, twinge, right? It's kind of cool. So Zande did get to come in, and he did have 4 more lightning characters and broke a guy. Zande and Arden together, very cool. Arden, of course, whenever one of these cards is going to the break zone, yeah, he's going to get to check that top card of the deck. So we used Odin. Casts Odin, Victoria gets killed by Odin. Then what did he do here? Oh, draws the card for it. Okay. He was just showing. He was indicating that he was drawing the card off of Odin by saying he declared its ability. I was like, what do you mean he's using its ability? It's a summon. Okay, so Atomos attacks, trades with Bayergot, which is interesting. However, the trade does mean we reveal the top card of the deck, and it's another lightning card that goes to hand because of Arden. Dude, this is sick, dude. I love this. This was our spoiler, of course, here on the RBA Returners. And reading this card, we were like, you know, if you do get those turns where a couple guys go to the break zone, if this triggers like more than one time, this card is really, really good. And Irving has so far drawn like, what, 4 cards? I think just this turn drawn 3 cards off of Arden. 2 of them just from like blocks and trades, some of them from Odin's. This Arden is just absolutely cracked, dude. He's a gamer. He's tipping his hat. He's picking up his hat, and cards are just falling out of it, man. He's got aces up his sleeve left and right. Yeah, very, very cool here. And we're going to attack for the 7th point of damage is Althic. Very well done here by Irving. Cool new deck. It is like a mono lightning, quote unquote, but sneaking some green cards in there. I do love that he's able to play like the purple forward Kawana in a mostly lightning deck to go get the 1 wind backup out of his deck. That's 14 to get those set up pretty fast, and to pull that wind card out of his deck, right? So that Arden is better for doing so. And then it seems like the only other thing we saw really that was just a flat miss is the Atomos, right? Yeah, just the white mages and the Atomos. Everything else in here is lightning. So it's very, very interesting. Very cool deck from Irving. And love to see Arden already putting in work. Card is very strong. I see Arden, card is nuts, says Nick in chat. Yeah, absolutely. Can be. Arden is being a smooth criminal. I love that, Kurt. Love that. All right. Let's go ahead and look at a different game here. What are our results for round 1? Oh boy. Oh boy. How many of these are... Oh, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war, I believe, as we have the results for table 1 here. That's actually every game for round 1, so that's good. Let's go ahead and bump these in here. So Irving took that one 7-4. We had Key take it 7-2 over Gabe. We had Logan take it 7-1 over Kurt. And we had Eureka take it 7-0 over Brian. Okay. I guess the one that we just watched was the closest, but that makes sense because that's why it went the longest. We're going to the next round. Tyler, of course, had that bye round one, so he's jumping in to the mix now. We'll get to see what he's got cooking. Plus, we've got Logan and Key and Eureka all won their round, and we don't know what any of them are playing yet. So it'll be exciting to see if we get any of those two guys paired up against each other. I think that's what we're going to see. All right, yeah, and it does look like it's going to be Key versus Logan at table 1. So that's the game that we're going to get for you guys. Let me go ahead and get the switching table screen up, and we'll take care of this or pairing next round. My bad. Okay. Alright, you know that I've been working too much today. You know that we spent too much time behind the old keyboard when we've got Mr. Hideout in chat here, and all I read is Mr. End of Week. Like, make sure that's to me by end of week. End of business, dude. EOW, EOB. Let's go, Key. Key's getting cheered on in chat. Love to see it. We will get Key up on the screen for this next round, so don't you worry. We'll get to see Key versus Logan Palmer. Both of these guys, no stranger to taking wins here in the weekly. And also no strangers to playing each other. Don't remind me, I'm almost on vacation, dude. I love hearing that, man. Vacation is where I want to be, dude. Anybody remember, what was it? Is Pokemon the movie? Was it Pokemon the movie, or was it Pokemon the movie 2000 that had the vacation song? Like, there's like a short before the movie, and all the Pokemon are just like on an island having a vacation, dude. Everybody's just chilling, and they like blast that song. Vacation's all I've ever wanted. That's exactly it, dude. That's exactly it. That's where we're at. Had to get away. Vacation had to get away. What movie was that? I think that had to be before Pokemon the movie 2000, right? We got it. We're gonna have to pull that one up, stream. Okay, we're going into the next round. We've got Key and Logan. Their game is up. So let's jump into the table. Vacation's all I ever wanted. Vacation had to get away. It's the first movie. Banger. All right, thank you. Thank you, chat. I was just talking about this last night on my stream. There's no way. No shot. About the short before the Pokemon movie, about them being on vacation, I don't think I've even thought about that for fucking years. And you were just talking about that last night? Damn, dude. It's a weird-ass small world we live in, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Alright, we're going live into the game. Let's go ahead and get the game on the screen, get the names on the screen, and once you know it, it's me. I'm here. I'm glizzied up and I'm ready to hang out with you guys. Let's do the thing. Alright, we've got the game here, and it looks like they've not even begun. Let me just get that up there like that. Perfect. Alright. Oh, we're starting off with a Unalesque, and there he is. There he is. Let me tell you how my pre-release went, folks. In the first round of my pre-release, this card was played against me on the first turn, and then I killed it, and then it was played against me on the second turn, a different copy of this card, so that was a lot of fun. Here's Lock. When Lock enters the field, your opponent draws a card, and then they randomly discard a card. When your opponent discards one or more characters due to your summons or abilities, choose one character to unfreeze it. So basically the only way that they get out of that one is by discarding summons, and we know that people aren't really walking around with hands full of summons these days, so it's pretty potent. You choose a character, dull and freeze it, and then when your opponent discards one or more summons due to your summons or abilities, you just draw a card. So there's, you know, if they do discard a summon instead, you still get something for it. But most of the time, he comes in, he puts a new card in their hand, randomly takes one out, random discards really powerful, and then he punishes them for that discard, all the while costing 2 CP and being on curve. So, very, very strong little card here. I do love the flavor. This does feel very, like, thiefy. Like, he comes in, he's kind of, like, doing a little bit of, like, sneaky manipulating. And sometimes he gets a little treasure. Sometimes he just takes something from you. But, I mean, I'm a huge lock fan anyway, so you're going to have a hard time finding a lock that I don't love. But, yeah, that is a new Final Fantasy VI card. There's a lot of new Final Fantasy VI cards I'm really excited to see people playing with. But it looks like that's going to be an Earth Ice deck on the other side. Hello. Hold on. Where's Ryan, dude? Somebody get Viridian on the horn, dude. We've got an Earth Ice deck here. Where's Oki? Earth Ice. Do I have any cards that combo with Wendigo before you go search? Dude, Wendigo is such an interesting fucking card, man. So I haven't spent a whole lot of time thinking about him, but I'll tell you who has, Nick. Ask Irving. Shoot him a message, bro, because I think that guy has been toggling and tinkering, like... He's been sitting there making Wendigo lists since the second he saw that card. He's been high on Wendigo, and he likes to tinker and toggle, dude. Go send him a message and be like, Irving, I love this card. And at the very least, if he doesn't already have something to share with you, he would love to brainstorm it with you. He loves that. He sent that card to like a group chat, and he was like, Wendigo. He's like, I love this. Yeah, it's a cool card. I definitely saw a picture. Somebody posted a picture from like European national champion or whatever ship. They had they had a picture of just like 3 Wendigos on the board sideways. I'm like, okay, sure. I wanted to be, you know, I wanted to see the mad lad who gets more than 3 Wendigos in their pre-release kit, but. And before you say to yourself, oh, that many repeats of the same hero in a pre-release kit, you should have seen my Opus 11 pre-release kit. Good thing that wasn't an event and I was just sitting in my room. Nero, Rydia, Udaleska, we got Barrett. We get Weiss. Although, I'll tell you what, you know what the hero was that I got that many copies of? It was Marsh, so you can't really, I mean... And I was complaining when I opened it at first because I was like, this is so troll, I don't need this many of this card. But then it turned out that it was maybe one of the few cards that I did need that many of. But, there was no Tiro, dude. I wish I had gotten like 17 Tiros in my pre-release kit. Alright, Weiss is coming down now. Is this... Are they 2 Earth Ice decks playing against each other? Guys, what is happening here? Is it back? Are we back? Alert the West Coast gamers. Oki, come back. Come back. Alright, we've got Biggs. So this is now... This is definitely just Avalanche. Why did I think at first it said Ice in it? Never mind. The lock came from Logan, right? I'm losing my mind, guys. There's a single Earth Ice gamer and he's down here. I'm sorry. For some reason I thought the lock had been played to the top field earlier when we were talking about it. But looking at the deck, lock was on the bottom, and this is just mono Earth, FF7 stuff. Interested to see what new things are in here. This is the Titan from last set, which of course is good. Same the wall. Oh, Prish! Oh, baby, Prish! There she is, coming in and this is Earth Ice gamers everywhere. Excited. I pulled 3 Sins out of my pre-release kit. That card is so bad. Yeah, I mean, hey, it could be better than that for sure. I got what was the full art I got in my kit this time? I'm really bad with pre-release kit luck, dude. Like really bad. I did finally get a full art for the first time in like 4 sets. This pre-release, but it was the Chaos Walker. I think it's a very interesting card. If anything, I do really love the art of those summons, of the FF12 summons. The Chaos Walker, the wheel looks gorgeous. That's a pretty interesting one, right? That's that 1 CP card that is you choose a forward without multiplay, remove it from the game, search your deck for another card with that name, and add it to your hand. It's a very interesting card. This actually seems like a pretty polished up, like this is mostly just the version of this mono art that Key's been really enjoying already. Like I remember this Noctis getting added was a cool little value engine. But I'm curious to see what new cards are in here. Just because we're wondering, you know. It doesn't have to be any new cards, but always curious what the set has added, right? Oh, Rufus coming in. Yeah, this is a straight up like dirty little Earth Ice discard, huh? This is cute. This is cute. Adorable. No, really though. I like this lock. In general, Earth Ice is very fun, kind of control combo, color combo. We got a Kefka deck? What? Where? Here? Oh, true. I see Cindy, dude. If Cindy is on the field, she can produce ice or lightning CP. Now, dude, these kinds of cards are just so cool. I love this. I love Urianger from this set, right? If he's on the field, he can produce lightning. Yeah, this is very, very neat. You just get to have this 3-color, and it's all the villain colors too, which is kind of interesting. But you get to, you know, not like Cindy is a good character. Why does she produce the villain colors elements? I don't know. But she can produce ice or lightning CP. When Cindy enters the field, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Add up to 1 earth card and up to 1 ice or lightning card among them to your hand. And return the rest to the bottom of the deck in any order. Yeah, the flavor on this is completely lost on me. I do not know why she interacts with these elements, but it is it is still cool. All right. We've got the Barrett taking care of Robo Akbel, dude. There he is. Final Fantasy 11 gamers rise up. We got the Warlock Warlord himself. I love Robo Akbel's a fun character. He's obviously an homage to Vivi, right? Like he is his face is completely wrapped in like black cloth, except his 2 bright yellow eyes, right? And he's like powerful, super powerful black mage. Or I guess not even Vivi, right? It's a nod to the original Black Mage design from Final Fantasy 1, which Vivi is a nod to. But yeah, I love him. He's on his mountain chocobo here, just calling the shots, dude. He's a hell of a, he's a little bit of a gamer himself, right? But he's entering the field choosing a character, and if you have 5 or more fire backups and or earth backups, if you're playing a fire earth deck, or maybe even just mono earth, like in this situation, you just break it. So he just chooses a character and breaks it. This is a really, really great limit break card for this deck, for any deck that can pull it off with the fire and the earth, but especially considering this mono earth fire splash you see here in the FF7 build. So that is one of the new cards that he is playing for sure, and it's really, really strong. Only limit break 2 and breaks a character, man. I mean, this thing can take care of something like an Atomos. This thing can take care of a backup. Very, very cool. I like that card a lot. Shadow Lord, Prish, Unileska. I mean, all this stuff is so typical Ice Earth control. Interested to see what other new cards are in here. I know Nick is saying this is going to be a Kefka deck, so I'm hoping that we get to see it do its thing. Barrett comes down here searching for a card named Marlene or Avalanche. Operative Barrett, one of those cards you're always happy to play again. Now, we did play him in a way where we left these 2 up. Obviously, Polk and Biggs do both have some interesting action. Biggs is able to pump the Barrett by 2k. Polk is able to do something similar, but he goes into the break zone and does it to anybody. But I wonder if we're intending to keep some action up, or if we are just have a follow-up for this turn, we are going to Marlene off the Barret, get that 5th backup into play. Marlene going to return Cloud back to our hand. Cool thing about that is A, it sets up our 5th backup and gets us the Robal, Akbel like replay basically all set up if we wanted to, because Cloud is in hand. Or if this sticks and we get to keep that hand going into next turn can start to look like that OTK turn for this deck if we do have, you know, the little chain there of free plays. Doesn't take much once you get yourself to like a Montleonis, or not yeah, it is Montleonis. Goodness. Questioning myself. Look at this little Terrier, dude. I know he's not up on the, oh, he already ran away. I wanted to take a screenshot of him. Ooh, looks like Greg got it 7-0 over Kurt at table 4, so Greg had some fun. Got to maybe do some of the fun Final Fantasy 14 stuff. Oh, there he is! Howdy! Oh, howdy! Can I get a howdy Tifa emote in chat? Dog, I love this card. So we have the Montleonis, and he is going to play the Cloud. He's going to bring the Tifa in. We're going to do the haste the board. Interesting. We're going to hit the Odin. On the second hit, we're going to cook the Tifa. Mateus is going to go ahead and dull the Montleonis. So yeah, we were going to do some cool stuff, but you know, those EXs got right in the way there, didn't they? Now the Odin EX is lightning. Now there, the lightning is coming through. Very cool. Shantoto comes down now and is going to just reset that board. Wow, wow, very, very interesting here. This is like the Ice Earth MO, right? We stopped the push on the turn that we were going to get killed, and now we are we reset the board with the Shantoto, and then we're going to be probably trying to lock it down the next turn or two, as Key is down to 0 cards in hand. Now the Barret helps a lot. Barret is going to go get Billy Bob. Billy Bob is going to take us on William Roberts' Wild Ride, and he's going to go and he's going to get somebody else back. Now we're going to play probably this, looks like we're playing 1CP Howdy Tifa, because now we're already threatening lethal again next turn with her multi-attack, right? Plus she can't be dulled by the ice deck, which is really nice. So this is a hell of a board to rebuild off of only 2 cards in your hand at the beginning of the turn, especially considering that I think we are at the requisite 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, we have more than 7 Final Fantasy 7 characters, so Barret is also actually just nuking a forward every turn. So this is a great recovery turn from Key. I was a little bit worried for him when I saw Logan's turn. I'm realizing now that as I'm talking about these people, again, I've forgotten to put their fucking names up on the screen because it's been a long day. So we're gonna do that right now, even though it's never too late. It's not too late, it's never too late. Oh, there he is! There he is! Hold on, hold on, hold on. Let's get him in a second. Let's get him in a second. Look at him. Oh! Oh, Greg! Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it so much. Greg and Chess saying, love the new cards. Lots of fun stuff in this set. I have to agree with that. Have to agree with that sentiment. So far, we've had so much fun even just seeing these few games. Alright, so here's Kefka, the man himself. Nick, let's talk about Kefka. You can pay Ice, Earth, and Lightning. Instead of paying the CP cost to cast Kefka, looks like that's exactly what we did right here. When Kefka enters the field due to your cast, choose 1 forward opponent controls and up to 1 backup with a cost equal to or less than that forward in your break zone. Break the former and play the latter onto the field. So it's funny that we played the Arcanist onto our field. Arcanist is another one of those classic Ice Earth cards, right? And then, goodness, we play the Arcanist on the field, and then we just delete his guy. Now Kefka is just a 9k as well, sitting here, and the Arcanist is here to kind of slow things down. So we're able to shoot the Tifa, who we can't dull or do anything like that through other means. And we're able to kill the Tifa with the Cloud, and we're also able to shoot the Barret with the Kefka. So pretty good reset here from Ice Earth. So I think Kefka was a perfect follow-up play to the Shantoto, and it's really, really cool to see kind of these strategies. Like, this is such a familiar feeling strategy, this Ice Earth, but it hasn't been something that we've really seen be viable, or at least tryable, maybe viable for a while. Haven't seen much of it in the weekly. Have heard that those who love Ice Earth have been talking about how they wish they could play it rather than playing it. So it is nice to see it back on the menu. Kurt saying, so because I know how tonight has gone, both a bit of mental tilt. Oh no, that's no good. Won't see too much play, but tonight you're playing Fire Ice Warriors. Okay, that's interesting. I love Fire. There are definitely a lot of new Ice Warriors that are trying to push you in that direction. You got my girl, dude. You got Clara. Bastok for life. Mithril Musketeer. Trying to play Fire Ice Warriors. I wanted to mess with the new warrior backup to be a solid safety net for one of the pitfalls that Warriors has. But yeesh was somewhat interesting to use tonight. Yeesh. Forget what that one does. We'll have to look her up. Maybe we can pop a little picture-in-picture and get a little bit of Kurt's game in the corner for next round. Oh, although my man Kurt, you may unfortunately have that bye. You know, that's how it goes. But yeah, Fire Ice Warriors is cool. There's like the new backup. There's 2 or 3 new forwards. A lot of interesting stuff there. Even that guy, right? He's a warrior too. The fire forward. Oh, by the way, hey Kurt. Eh? I know it's backwards, but got my Tanner's cup, brother. Cheers. I've got my chicken lips, my Tanner's cup from the bar next door at the old Crystal Cup, man. When we remember when Chris was telling the bartender how much he loved the cups, and she gave us just a stack of them. They're like all in my fucking cabinet, man. I've got like 10 of these Tanner's plastic cups in my cabinet. That's the kind of stuff I love, man. I mean, this bar and grill was great, dude. I still remember their big wooden plaque they have above the bar says, I have time for one final or something like that. Like, I have time for a final. Like, this is my final beer. Alright, so damn. He just doesn't stay away, dude. Barrett is back. He's back. Tifa, oh, this time we get the multi-element Tifa who searches the cloud. We're gonna go ahead and get him out of the deck. And if we have the CP to do it, no, we're a little bit short here. We're a little bit short, but we have it for next turn. We're gonna move into combat though, and Barrett is seeing enough of his friends that he's going to be escorting Cloud. Yeah, Merc. Hey, Merc. How do you go to the break zone here? We're going to be using Arcanist in response to this. Is interesting. Saying that what 6 can't attack. No, he's saying 3s can't attack. Okay. Which is interesting because you can block the Barrett with... Oh no, well he just played this, so he can't... Never mind, sorry. The Billy Bob was the only guy on the field this last turn. In which case it's just like, why do that at all? But sure. Well, sure, yeah, Billy Bob's the only attacker for the turn. In my head for a second, I was thinking, like, he's trying to preempt the, like, the Cloud, which is going to let Cloud, Noctis, and Barrett all attack at 6, right? But then remember that he doesn't have the CP to play the Cloud. We've got Hecaton Shire, dude. And he's going to absolutely cook the field here. This is going to be 8k to all forwards. Barrett will survive. And it's going to be Barrett and Kefka that stick on the field here. And again, this is another one of those tried and true Ice Earth cards. This deck looks so familiar while also having a lot of really cool new elements to it. So, didn't see any Ardens or Ja in my Arden and Ja deck in 30 cards. No. Oh man, they don't. There's not really good tutors for them in color, huh? I guess you got to play Aldo, the leader of the Ten Shoto himself. Kind of your only recourse there. I'm making sure my guys are cool. All right. Greetings, y'all. Oh, Shin David, how's it going? Welcome to chat. Welcome to stream, even. That's the better part. Nothing against chat. We've got new cards tonight, man. We're enjoying new decks. We're checking out a bunch of new strategies, seeing what cards add to old strategies, and we've got a perfect example of two old strategies. Actually, we've got one strategy that's kind of being revived in Earth Ice here, right? A deck, an archetype even, that hasn't seen as much play lately, that the true believers and lovers of Earth Ice are always waiting for it to come back with just enough efficient resets and enough efficient disruption. And Locke is a perfect example of really, really efficient disruption that has come out. A lot of other interesting new things like the Kefka is neat. I'm really enjoying this blend here with the lightning mixed in, and it doesn't seem to be getting in the way at all, thanks in part to cards like Sydney and the fact that in Ice Earth you usually were playing 3 Shantotas. Like, you know that this card's going to be in play, so you can take advantage of expecting that to be there as well. It's very, very cool. FFTCG, that's right, FFTCG, baby. That's what we're doing. That's what we're always doing. Gotta love it. We gotta love it for as long as we can, as long as we still can. Octagon, can I queue to play? So, you can. So we on Wednesday nights we run it like a tournament. So I've got everybody registered already. We're in round 2 out of 3, and we're gonna finish out the tournament with the people I've got in there. However, you can join the tournaments every week. Every single Wednesday we have tournaments here. Plus the Discord has got active players in it. That's where, I mean, pretty much if somebody is playing Octagon and they're playing Final Fantasy TCG, they're in the Discord. So you can check it out. It's below stream here. Boop. You can go there and click the link to get to the Discord if you're not in there already. And we've got you know, plenty of people who can help you get it set up, places that you can chat. The Discord could be a little bit more active chatter wise during the week, but for the big event is Wednesday night, so you'll always see me every week. I'm gonna post the pairings and pairings registration. Everybody's welcome to register no matter where you are, and it is free to play. You join us and we are going to run 3 rounds, and then sometimes 4, but usually 3 rounds, and with a tiebreaker if necessary for the 2 undefeateds. Yeah, and we fire this every Wednesday for the last how long has it been, chat? For the last 6 years. This is a 311th weekly event, so that gives you some idea. Am I EU or US? We are here in the US, dude, out of Raleigh, North Carolina, representing the good folks down here, and the RVA returners, of course. Just came back from Euros and want to play more. Is hype though. That's exciting. I love that. How was the event? I didn't get a chance to tune in. I need to go back and watch it, especially because I'm pretty sure they're using my stream overlay. Or at least some variety of it, right? Somebody who watched might be more familiar than I am. I built a stream overlay in a garage with a box of scraps a couple of years ago, and they sure just keep using that. They sure send it around to all the offices. If I remember correctly, it's mainly Octagon. What's mainly Octagon? The stream or the Discord is 100% Octagon, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there are I think there's other Discords. I think it's called the Tavern. There's another Discord where people play camera games and stuff like that, but we just keep it focused here to this weekly, to this event that we're running right now, and doing Octagon stuff. Shadow Lord, here he is, guys. Finally, another one of these multi-element limit break decks. I do really love how the multi-element limit breaks are just all so interesting, man. Here's Shadow Lord. When Shadow Lord enters the field, you choose up to 2 characters. If you control 4 or more ice characters, dull them and freeze them. Oh, Lacris, I'll be with you in just a second, brother. I see you got the Goggins Guido in there. Plus, when Shadow Lord enters the field, choose a character in your break zone. If you control 4 or more Earth characters, add it to your hand. So this is just such a great card for Ice Earth, man. You get to take 2 of their characters and dull freeze them, and you get to get a guy back. Just keep the control going. We're choosing a character in the break zone, which is strong too. It could be forward, it could be a back, or you can go get another Shantoto, right? You can go get the lock, you can go get a monster. And I absolutely love it. We're gonna Mist Dragon to try to, or no, sorry, we're gonna Titan to try to kill the Shadow Lord, and now we're actually gonna Mist Dragon the the Shadow or the Titan to save our Shadow Lord. And between that guy sticking and another Titan. I was gonna say, if this guy sticks and we have the Arcanist, we can. It's enough to kind of stop the opponent from being able to win. But now the second Titan, 1 card left in Key's hand, but is it Cloud? Because if it is, Key. I mean, he doesn't need the fire, but it might be a Cloud. Yeah, because there's one here. If it's Cloud and he can get to Cloud, play an operative, and then haste the board, like, we chillin', right? Even if, yeah, man, because the Arcanist and then Biblos can technically activate to attack, right? Titan won't stop the ability because of Shantoto. Shadow Lord Dull Freeze should still happen. Okay, hold on. Who did Shadow Lord choose to dull? Yeah, Shadow Lord chose the Dull Freeze. Just asking them to hold and then checking if we resolve this Dull Freeze. Yeah, okay. So yeah, thank you, Greg. Yes, Shantoto is ice. So yes, the double Titan play there. So it's funny because the double Titan, I guess he was trying to prevent. I thought he was just trying to make sure, you know, before he lost some CP, he was going to use the summons to try to just like clear the way for enough lethal attackers next turn. It turns out it was a little different. He was actually trying to stop the Dull Freeze, but it does not stop the Dull Freeze, of course, because thank you, Greg, for pointing out that Shantoto is every element except for Light and Dark. So Shantoto is an ice character, so we did have 4 ice characters on the field, which means that we do still resolve that Dull Freeze. And he says, I wouldn't have played the Mott then, and they're like, oh, okay, they're taking it back a little bit. All right, thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. And 10 points for Gryffindor there, Greg. Thank you very much. Dude, what a that. Look, not to go on a tangent here too much, but like, what a fucked up system, dude. Imagine all year long, dude, they've got this really intricate point system. You get extra credit, you work hard on an assignment, 10 points. And it's for your whole team, okay? Hey, you fuck up though, you better behave because you might lose some points, and you don't want to lose it for your whole team. Except every single year, they like tally all the points up, and they get to the end, and then the guy in charge of the school goes, and a secret 500 points for being just an extra fucking cute little boy, and gives it to his favorite little lad, and you never win. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What did we spend all year doing, dog? What the hell? And for going above and beyond in a way that nobody could have possibly known or had the opportunity to do, and in a way that completely defies reality. Extra 500 points just to trivialize the entire fucking thing. It's never even like and by the way, there's a 50-point bonus if you do something crazy or anything like that. They're just like, and 7,000 points for fucking standing up to Voldemort this year. And, you know, all the other houses just, well, fuck me, I guess. By the second or third time that happened, knowing that this asshole Harry Potter was going to be with me for 7 years, you just stop trying to earn points, right? Like, you don't do extra credit. You fuck off. Minus points. Who cares, dude? That guy's gonna win. The ref is bought and paid for. I need to find a wizard sugar daddy to take care of me. I'm not talking smack about Gryffindor, brother. Look, I'm talking smack about the bureaucracy of the house points. Okay? Ooh. This coffee was needed. And now it is done. Now I'm back on water, okay? My Final Fantasy TCG water bottle that I drink out of because you guys pay to make me have good, healthy habits. So thank you. I appreciate you. Anyway. Wizard Sugar Daddy is crazy, not gonna lie. Goddamn. Alright guys, we're back to Final Fantasy TCG. We have had a very interesting long game here. The board wipe tribal. Yeah, man, there's X-Death. Cue the X-Death. He says, yeah, you're right, absolutely. There he is. Neo X-Death comes down, and he's going to go ahead and just clean things up. Of course, you see him escorting his lady, Shantoto, to the discard pile, so that Shantoto can come back in a turn or two here and rejoin us. Yeah, Neo X-Death is going to go ahead and send everything. Now we're going right back. Another reload, dude. It's really funny how it's like... Earth does have these really, really efficient ways to reload, but Key, he's just out of cards, man. He's got 3 cards left in his deck. I mean, whatever he plays here, everything that he plays needs to be able to connect next turn, and he's only got these 2 things, and we can just activate Arcanist. Right? This game is over. It's Jover, dude. Doesn't even matter if the last Shantoto's in hand, but I mean, you could just Arcanist it, right? He needs to top deck haste? Like, how... Is there a Mon Leonis left in his deck? Actually, there is. Right? Play to your outs, folks. Play to your outs for sure. There's 1 Mon Leonis. Oh, never mind. One of them's RG. There's 1 RFG and there's 1 in the discard pile. Most of these decks play 2. Look at, they're just like, if they had given him a blank job text box instead of job none, you would be dead. And I'm like, yeah, it's almost like that was on purpose in design. Like, almost like they specifically wanted to make sure he still had a job for the potential of giving things like this gives Bartz a job, right? One of the first cards they made, this gives Bartz a job, and another Final Fantasy 5 card. So literally is meant to be flavorful job none, like not a blank. It's not meant to be a null value. It's meant to be the job none, which does give a job to Bartz. It does count as a job you can call out for things. Our unemployed king. Like, these things, it's not like an accident where they were like, ah, we want to make it blank, but we wrote none instead. Like, just because. Biblos lock, dude. Oh no. Oh no. Ice Earth, baby. Viridian, are you watching? This is funny. Lafris, you know what, earlier I called out the Goggins and I said I'd be right with you, and then I didn't. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much for the sub earlier. I appreciate you. And I do love that you hit me with the Goggins Goggles Guido, dude. I love that guy. Deck out. There it is. All right. So let's go ahead and let's get the results on the screen for round 2. Results. Table 3, Irving took it 7-1 over Gabe. Table 2, Jared 7-4 over Tyler. Table 1, we had Logan take it 5-5 over Key with that mill. And table 4, Greg 7-0 over Kurt. Okay. All right, that means our undefeateds are Jared, Irving, and Logan here. And we go into the next round, potentially final. We will see. So the way that the software pairs when there's pair downs is it actually puts the paired down player at the first table, and it puts the undefeated players at the second table. So I'm going to post the pairings, but I'm also going to have to tell the people that they are correct. Just 1 second, folks. Strike that, reverse it, dude. That is like, I love that line in Willy Wonka, dude. Great. Strike that, reverse it. Man, we're back. We're here. Oh, you're right, dude. Strike that, reverse it. I went to the starting soon, huh? That's the wrong thing. Starting soon is not where we're at. We're switching tables. Thank you, Kurt. I was like, what do you mean? Oh, yeah. Wrong scene. God, goodness gracious. Starting the whole tournament over from scratch, folks. Welcome back. No. All right, so we have got... Just gonna do one of these. I'm dragging Tyler into table 4. I just relocated Tyler's Discord. I just dragged him into table 4. I didn't know if the table 2 guys were avoiding their room because he was sitting. All right. Oh shit, your mic doesn't even work? Okay, well, I saw you sitting in the wrong table, so I just moved you around. Sorry. Alright, folks. We are here. We're starting the next round. I maybe didn't give them quite enough time to start this round. Hopefully the games are up. If they're not, I'll give them an extra 5 minutes. It's my bad. Looks like everything but table 1. I'll just type. Sorry, I went a little quick. Alright, I'm adjusting time here, plus 5 minutes. So this is actually going to be 8:30 and 9:10. Alright. because I see table 1 isn't ready yet, so time is adjusted. All right, but we are going to table 2. We're gonna see Logan versus Irving here. And Kurt, you did get that bye, unfortunately. Sorry, brother. But I'm glad you stopped by to tell us what you're playing tonight. I really appreciated hearing what else was going on. All right, so let's get this live on the screen. And then one thing I am gonna do is I'm gonna click around to the other tables just to see if there's anyone whose deck we didn't see tonight. I don't think we saw what Brian's playing, and I just want to see what they have going on. So let's go and look. Meanwhile, it looks like, oh my god, we're starting with the Sydney and the Lock already off to the races. Like, a Lock this early is so good because you can take away their setup, like you can take away their planned turn, and sometimes they just don't have a lot of they just don't have like a lot of recourse when they don't have many resources ready yet. If like that was the next thing they need to do to curve, like it's all forwards and they take your setup back up, and you're kind of like, well, jamming a fucking forward turn 2 is not really what we're trying to do here either. So however, with cards like Koana and things like that, it's very interesting how many ways there are to start getting set up and how many different cards in this set specifically. This set has so many consistency cards. Also for sealed, did you guys really get to play pre-releases or sealed? Because I had a lot of fun playing pre-release for this set. The fact that there are so many cards that search your deck that could potentially get you backups or forwards, like the Adea, the Koana, the Warrior of Light Limit Break card was sick. I played that, and I had both. I had 2 and 2 of the Pictomancer and the Black Mage. That Warrior of Light guy into Pictomancer, trigger with Warrior Light out, pick Galoof back up from the discard pile with Pictomancer, trigger Galoof. Like, I'm like, this is so much fun for friggin' pre-release, man. It's really, really smart synergies in the set. Like inside this set, and then also creating some really cool synergies with decks and strategies that we've already seen or yet to see even. So these guys are kind of while they're figuring out what they're gonna do next. Let me go ahead and poke my little head. Let me just poke my head in table 4, because I don't know, did we see Tyler either? We've got Tyler and Gabe at table 4. It looks like Tyler is playing a mono. Oh no, that's right. He said he's playing a lightning, like Arden Jaw deck. And then it looks like, oh my god, guys, we missed Gabe playing Dissidia Final, or not Dissidia, Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origins, dude. Sopfo, my man's got Jack Garland and Sophia on the table. Okay. In what looks like a fire wind deck. Hell yeah. With bombs in it. Oh. That's kind of cool. Alright, anyway. And then who is the other one that we were missing? I didn't get to see what Brian was on this week, so let's look at table 3. Let's peek. Brian is on. Oh, it looks like, is this a Warrior of Light? Is he doing like new Luneth stuff? No, of course. It's with Lena and King Tycoon, and then the next thing I see is Wind Theodore. No, my man is just, of course, he's just doing Final Fantasy. Wind Theodore, Water Cecil. He's just doing FF4 stuff. Okay. Okay. Oh, the yawns are attacking tonight, folks. I don't know what has gotten into me today. I'm so sleepy. Oh, I forgot that I grabbed this Celsius out of the fridge earlier, and then I had the coffee instead. But I am gonna crack this peach vibe, sparkling white peach edition, dude. What a vibe! Oh yeah, that was a fucking solid cracker. You put the link to your deck in tonight's in the Discord for your deck tonight, Kurt. It's very cool. Thank you. I will open that and take a look at it later. I will take a look at this later. One of my buddies in Final Fantasy XI earlier today asked if there's a Kupipi card. Those who play Final Fantasy XI will know who Kupipi is. And I said no, but you know what? You're right. That's an oversight for sure. We just got our second Lekko Hiboka card. Like, we could stand to have a fucking Kupipi. We got our second Robot Akbel, dude. We could get a Kupipi in there. She's absolutely the hardest working secretary in all of Vana'diel. It's always a little tough, man. I told her, I was like, hey, I gotta go stream. For Final Fantasy TCG. I'll be back later. And they're like, FFTCG? I thought that was only in Japan. I'm like, no, we've had it since 2017. No, it's been here for a while. Isn't that just how it goes? Okay, anyway, we're back to this. We got the Ice Earth gamers rising up. Can the lightning, the mono lightning with the wind splash deck that Irving has got put together here, put on enough pressure and get through? The thing that I think is interesting about this deck is that Irving's deck does have a lot of ways to interact with the characters. So he can break not only the forwards, but the monsters. However, I don't know how much, despite having lightning in his list, I don't know how much real like haste there is here, and that's really the thing that's going to be strong against Logan. Is like being able to play threats that are doing something the turn they come in, because Logan's every Ice Earth deck just wants to slow your turn down, get back to their turn and control you, right? Slow your turn down, control you on their turn. So Irving hopefully is able to put enough pressure on that even when Logan tries to slow him down on his turn, he can't fully control him the next turn. That's just kind of the little back and forth that these guys are going to have. It's going to be the dynamic of this matchup, right? Irving's going to be trying to put enough pressure on at once that it's not easy for something like an Arcanist or just like a Lock that's going to Dull Freeze one character at a time to deal with it. However, he doesn't have a lot of like hasty threats, which means a lot of times it's going to be like he goes guy, pass, and then Logan can wipe the board, can play something like this Arcanist, just lock down the attackers, etc., etc. Irving's deck is very much looking to interact with the opponent's items and remove them to keep his guys swinging through. However, there are going to be very few forwards presented to Irving that aren't just doing the most important thing. Oh my goodness, Kuchata, we'll talk about this in a second. Very few forwards presented to Irving that are not going to be like having accomplished whatever they needed to accomplish on enter, right? Like a Kefka, a Shadow Lord, something like that, an EOX death. In fact, things that we'd be happy to see die and play again, because we're not really trying to attack to win, right? We're just trying to play to not lose here. Now, let's talk about Kujata. Kujata, during your turn, you can dull 2 active ice forwards. Now, we just went for the iron price, right? But you can do the Convoke here, which is pretty cool. And just choose a dull forward and break it. I mean, Ice has been fucking begging for this card for a long time, man. A long time. This is a sick card. I think it's very good. Especially considering it also has like a Convoke cost in a deck that's not trying to attack. Like, very good. God, guys, nobody say anything if you played today's episode. I'm so excited to get to Dispatch later tonight, dude. Me and Alex have been playing through Dispatch. What a great game. Really, really something else. We were so excited when we first saw the like announcement for it. It just seemed really interesting to us, and so we were like, we're gonna make it a point to play through this when it comes out. But it's been really blowing me away. The writing is excellent. The seamless transition between like the storytelling and gameplay. It's both like a show I really want to watch and a game I really enjoy playing. So I can't recommend it enough. If you are interested at all in picking up a new, a little cheaper game, I think it's like what's like 20, maybe 25 bucks. Might be 30, but I don't know. But pick up this game on Steam. Maybe even just go to the page and pop the trailer on and see if it tickles your fancy. Because I gotta say, if you're interested at all, pick it up, man. It's a great game. Anyway, Shadow Dragon, dude, I love this card. Not that he sees a whole ton of play, but Shadow Dragon's gonna come down. He's just gonna go ahead and escort Push into the discard pile, and then he'll be able to turn himself on to just swing sideways every turn. Is a tiny little threat. Now this is good here. I think this card and cards like this are actually going to be great for Irving in this situation. Now there are some things that dull freeze characters. In fact, characters are getting more and more targetable by effects these days, instead of just forwards or something like that. But it is a little bit harder for Logan to interact with and lock down the Shadow Dragon on his turn. And usually the Ice Earth decks don't have a ton of instant speed interaction. Now we are going to play X-Death, dude. Oh, Lightning X-Death does slide right in here with Cindy and shit, doesn't it? So very interesting. That's going to get rid of both characters, or both players' characters from their discard piles, remove them from the game. Looks like we've got only, what? We've got 11? No, that's not RFG. Irving has... What is that? Isn't the X RFG? Oh no, X is damage. Okay. This is the remove from game. So Irving's got 14 cards in RFG, and Logan's got 11 cards in RFG. So it looks like we've got more than enough here to trigger X-Death at the end of the turn. And X-Death says, yeah, why don't you just go ahead and pick one of those things and sack it. It's probably going to be Sid of Clan Gully. This Juggler is an interesting card here from Irving. So it really says like you expect there to be a lot of 2 CP forward threats that you want to remove. Put Juggler in the break zone, choose a forward to 2 or less, break it. You do that when a lightning forward enters your field. You sack the backup forward. It's very interesting to see. KDP cards, my baby. My baby. Welcome. All right, oh, Koana coming down. So I wonder if there is another option or if it's just this white mage. Koana enters the field. We search for category 14 character, cost 2, play it on the field. It's going to be another white mage. We're going to play white mage. We're going to remove another card from the discard pile here. It's just a discard pile full of summons that we probably don't plan to interact with, but, you know, unfortunately. But, you know, we are still able to just develop another backup with our forward. Have another different cost attacker, which is always good too. Removing that Kusith from the game, discarding Sidolphus, playing Aranea, revealing the top card of our deck to be Lightning because the Tomos is already in play. Yep, sure enough it is. Emperor Gestal. And that will activate 2 backups because of Tomos. There it is. And now we're gonna, yeah, so Irving is just going wide, and the nice thing here is that there's a really wide diversity of costs in his attackers, and Cloud coming down for 2 CP off of that reactivation play. That's, you know, chef's kiss efficiency there. Cloud escorting X-Death to the discard pile. And now this board has got a 3, a 6, a 5, and a 2 that can all attack. So Arcanist is really not going to be able to stop too much. We did let it go there, though. Interesting. We didn't pitch a card from hand to stop this guy from attacking. We decided to keep everything. We could have prevented that forward from attacking with our Arcanist, since these 3 can't attack this turn. And again, dude, here I am with no names, but we've got Logan on the left and Irving on the right. I'm gonna go ahead and put those on. There we go. Okay, so we did Shantoto. Great way to deal with a bunch of different costs forwards, right? Irving had already done us a favor of removing our Neo X death, so we didn't really have anything that we were too worried about losing or getting removed here. So pretty easy Shantoto turn, nice and clean. We have more than enough redundancy and colors for our fun Kefka shit that we're going to do here soon. And Irving gets right back to only having that 3 that can attack, and Arcanist is standing ready to stop him from attacking. Now we are going to let it get in there again, though, but of course you're going to let it get in when it's going to be an EX, baby. Ba-ding! We're going to go ahead and search the deck for Weiss, add that to hand. Now what's funny here is we're actually like a little bit ahead of Irving on the deck. Irving is not doing a ton of searching and stuff like that, so he's actually still has more cards in his deck than we do. He's up on us by at least 2. Irving going to play the Gilgamesh here and really just remove more cards from the discard pile. The Gilgamesh is just him playing a body without losing cards from hand. The thing is, if Irving doesn't accelerate, if he doesn't start drawing cards, he can just, I mean, he can chill. Logan has to win. He has to hit him 7 times, right? So, like, Irving's kind of like, maybe I don't want to go too crazy. Maybe I just want to, like, play a thing. And, like, because every time he attacks him, he's also taking cards out of the deck when those damage clear. It is this really interesting situation where the guy who's trying to slow roll and deck the opponent is weirdly up on cards, and if the game just stays at this status quo here, he will lose. Zidane from the limit break would have been a lot more pressuring if he had one chilling there. That is for sure. If he had the Zidane in the limit break, that could be scary. So you know what? It's interesting, right? Because we're starting to finally get to there being too many limit break cards for these colors, where something like you don't just assume everything with green in it has Zidane. Now it probably should, right? I'm just saying, like, he's got the Onion Knights in there, right? He's got Clouds in there. He's got, is he playing the Emperor? I don't know. Is he playing Aerith to go search for one of those clouds? Probably, right? So it's like at some point, like, maybe the Zidanes get cut. Maybe there is one Zidane in there, but it got flipped earlier. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think he's played Limit Break yet this game, but I don't see a number over his Limit Break deck, so who knows, dude? I could, like, zoom out here. I don't remember him playing it. Yeah. But also at the same time, I don't know why one of them says a number and the other one doesn't. I also like how I only put Logan's name on the screen and just disrespected Irving here. There you go, Irving. But yeah, like, I mean, Zidane would be really, really good. I think he's still in a really good spot. Like, he's gonna play Neo X Death, attempt to pass, remove all these characters. I imagine you just remove Sid. Yep, there he goes. So, okay. Gets rid of Sid. Now it's Irving's turn. No, Irving did use his limit break, because we saw him use Cloud, at least, to break something. So I don't know. Yeah, so now we just play 60p Cloud. Why bother getting discounts? We're not going to play more than one thing. How about we just play him, kill your forward, and pass? No, actually, we'll go to attack phase. We're going to make you do this, right? Oh, 3s can't attack. Okay. Your turn. All right. We're up by 4. Sure. Okay. Yeah, dull freeze these two. Okay. Sure. If I'm Irving, I'm not worried at all, man. He's got to deal 7 points of damage. He's not decking you. I mean, short of like a couple locks, right? Like we would need to resolve a lock More than once. Rufus comes in. You're gonna say what? Discard a card? Sure. Whatever. 5 cards in hand. Okay, sure. Yeah, my second Emperor Gestal, I guess. Yeah. Back to Irving, 6 cards in hand in a deck that is essentially a mono lightning deck. We haven't seen the Arden hit in a minute. He's wary of playing Arden, right? Because that's how he is no longer ahead on these cards. That's the world where he might mill instead. It's a little awkward. He plays the Arden and he snaps one of these off. Then he's gonna reveal the top card of his deck and draw it, right? It also means that if things go to the break zone, I don't know how many ways Logan can break zone his own stuff simultaneously. I think it's mostly RFG. However, I think there's maybe the 7 CP Shadow Lord, but it's just, there are things to start thinking about where he could break his own guys somehow. Like he could Kujata his own dull guy, things like that, where all of a sudden like he's forcing you to draw more cards in a way that you will lose. But the other thing is, if these guys are going to attack and you can't do anything about stopping them, when Rufus connects, that's minus the card off the top of your deck anyway. So you might as well play the Arden. If you can't stop them from attacking without playing Arden to kill one of them, it might be a situation where you have to Arden to kill, right? Because every one attack that gets through is the same thing as revealing a card at the top of your deck and drawing it. It's worse because you don't get to take advantage of having those cards to play, right? If anything, it's yeah, he's going for the Arden here, I think. Yeah. No, he's just casting Odin. Sure. Okay. We're gonna opt to Odin the Rufus. We're gonna let the Prish attack, or maybe we'll even block her with Shadow Dragon, like, because there's that kind of stuff could go on too. So we're gonna play Mist Dragon to cancel the Odin, which is fair. We did pay the full cost of that Odin, which feels a little bad. So now we're gonna get hit twice, and we're gonna lose 2 cards of the deck. If that's one of those moments where you're like, maybe Arden was the call. Why did he tap 4? He didn't. The Gestal was frozen. Rufus is going to attack, and he's going to say discard, please. Another Juggler goes to discard pile. We're going to dull and freeze Cloud with the Weiss trigger. And then we take that damage. Prish is going to come sideways. We're going to take this damage as well. It is going to be a Reeve now. Okay, if we do this, we're doing it. Now the card's flipped, right? Now Irving has to do something. Now Irving will deck if this game keeps going this way. He's in trouble. Unfortunately, like, this would have been so... How are you ever going to know? I guess these are 4/4/3, so it only would kill one thing. I was like, man, we really needed this later to kill 2 things at once. But no, still would only take out one of these. It might just be that we have too much, like, single target poke removal, and we're really banking on getting the efficiency afforded to us by what's his name, Arden. But because we realized that this guy was going to deck us out, we've been staying away from the Arden plays, which is smart. But tricky now. I think that last turn, I think we were debating between Arden and Odin, and I think we chose Odin because it's a little cheaper, and then I think Arden, we felt like Arden would have been the better play. Oh, we didn't have an Arden in hand, because here we play Liber Chris. Chris Adams, nice of you to join us tonight. When Liber enters the field, choose a category 15 character in the break zone added to your hand. It is not a Nyx, so we don't activate any backups. It is an Arden. Now, when we play Arden here, if it's for 7, it's going to be, 3 cards from hand plus this backup. We're only going to have, and then the Arden, right? So we'll have 1 card left in our hand. Kind of all in at that point. Arden comes down, snaps off either, got to be the Rufus, right? And then your opponent's gonna start to, they're gonna try to do some deck. If they reset the board the next turn, like if next turn is like Neo X Death and you remove your Shantoto, the turn after that Shantoto, the turn after that is Heck 5, then the game's over, right? Because you flipped yourself into the situation where you're lower on cards. It's really tricky. I think those few turns right there were really interesting. It's like, it's just right there, right? Like if Irving has a slightly more efficient way to remove the stuff on the table, then he's fine and doesn't have to take that damage. Instead, he tries to go for the summon and it gets misdragoned. Maybe if we had done an equivalent removal that can't be misdragoned there, we'd be fine. And opting down that path was a mistake. It's something that Irving's going to have to think about as he goes back and either watches the tapes or just thinks about those plays in his head. We don't know exactly what his hand was that turn. We got to imagine he was kind of hemming and hawing between, like maybe the Zonde was in his hand. The Libertas, I think, at least would have been in there to maybe go get the Arden back. I think because Libertas got Arden back to hand, actually that's not true. I was going to say maybe there's no Arden, but he didn't immediately play the Arden. He might just be sitting there with like 2 Ardens, 3 Ardens in his hand right now. Still not really wanting to play that guy, but wanting to go wider on forwards. So he plays the Libertas and the Zonde, and then just leaves the Ardens at hand. You know, I'm not sure. Now, again, this is a very diversified board. So I don't think Logan can afford to leave the board here like this. I think Logan has to... I think he has to just wipe the board. Attack with Rufus, say discard, because he's going anyway. And then drop your Neo X Death or something like that. Remove the Shantoto. Or cast Heck 5. Because you just want to, like, again, you're just going to deck him now, right? Although I guess looking at it, Irving is still up by 1, huh? But I'm assuming you're going to be able to attack this turn. Or just wipe the board. There he is, folks. Kefka. Just paying the 3 CP cost instead. Kefka is going to break the Zonde, and then he's going to choose a backup. Now he does not have the ability to play a backup, so it'll be fine. Choose a forward and up to 1 backup with the cost equal to or less than forward in the break zone. So he's breaking the former. We don't have to choose a backup in the break zone. We don't have a legal play here anyway. Just a 3 CP 9k that snaps the Zonde off is pretty strong, right? Because now we've got these 2 attackers, and Libertas can chump the Rufus for a trade. Prish is either going to connect or Shadow Dragon is going to take her out, but or not take her out, but block her. But if we do that, then it's like the 3 is dead, the 5 is dead, and our Arcadus successfully stops an attack from Cloud with the 6. And then we go to the next turn, and you know we've got these forwards he has to deal with, and or a wipe he has to deal with, and starts to look tough for Irving. So it's getting really tight here. These are those turns, man, right? These are the turns. They've got 6 and 7 cards left in deck respectively here. It's 3 turns tops left for each player. I don't even think it's going to get that far. I think it's 2 turns tops left for each player, considering they're going to be attacking at each other, and there will maybe like an Ardent resolution. There might be something like that here. Looking at the results from the other tables, looks like we had Jared take it at table 1, so we will have a tiebreaker round tonight either way, and which is great because I don't think we got to see much of what Jared was playing, right? So we'll get to watch him in that finals tonight. Jared... Jared sending Jeff to the prize walk tonight. We'll see. What is this? Reality is breaking free over here? Why is there a little... Why is there a dot? Oh no, I think that's just on... That's on my screen. Never mind. I fixed it. I was like, why do I see something like here? It was just on my little monitor, dude. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Is this going to be the Arden that we've so sorely missed this whole time? Is it going to be Sidolphus? It's going to be... Oh, it's going to be Golbez. What 2-drops are left? What do we have? The deck is looking mighty thin. We're going to grab an Arnea. Yeah, I mean, we're just going... we're like, okay, that's it. Fuck it, dude. We're going wide. We're going to try to do this thing here. Uses the ability of the Shadow Dragon. Because we played a Golbez. That's sick. Cool. So we played a Golbez. We pay 1 to get the Shadow Dragon to enter the field. He enters the field, choose a forward of 3 or less the opponent controls and break it. Now, unfortunately, our opponent does not have a forward of 3 or less that they control. We attacked with the Shadow Dragon, I guess, just to see what would happen. Our opponent just blocks it with the Kefka, sure. Then we play the Golbez. We pay the 1, we bring the Shadow Dragon in, and we go to end our turn. He's got a lot of forwards, and he can just, like, block everything. He plays the Aranea and adds the Odin to hand, going down on deck. So this is... Irving just made the call that turn. He said, that's it. I'm going underwater. If he can stop me, he can stop me, but I have to go this wide. And it's just going to be Neo X death. I mean, it's as simple as Neo X death. You should attack with Rufus first. You should attack with Rufus first. You should attack with Rufus first. But sure, it's Neo X death. Completely free. Oh, never mind. I mean, he's not gonna wipe your own stuff. Never mind. I'm like, he's gonna wipe your forwards. He's gonna wipe your forwards. You have to attack with him first. Ignore everything I just said. I made a fool of myself 5 times in a row by repeating it. No need to attack with him first. Definitely don't attack with him first, because you are going to attack twice to take the cards off the top of his deck, and you're gonna get the discard anyway. Don't listen to me. I'm a fucking crazy person thinking of Neo X death like Shantoto. Somebody clip it. Yeah, it's, yeah. You can compare me to all the other Final Fantasy TCG streamers. Uh-oh. Fuck. Happens to the best of us. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We've got Irving just kind of showing, I'm dead, bro. He shows the Koana, he shows the Arden, he shows the Sidolphus, and he's just like, I tried, right? I think Irving had, it was very interesting. There were turns here where, why did Logan just repeat 7-3? Oh, if Irving conceded, it's 7, yeah. I guess Irving scooped instead of said pass or something. But just, like, let's not forget that, that a deck out is obviously not 7-3, but I know that Logan knows that because he reported earlier his 5-5 via deck out. Drew in a multiple of the same card in 2 turns. Yeah, I mean, so it's one of those where you're walking this tightrope line. I think Irving had a really good game plan to not do the Arden draws, because we saw right up until those last few turns, he was ahead on deck. So then we got to those turns where there was that one turn where it was like the Rufus, like that action with 3 or 4 forwards from Logan, and Irving had like the ability to remove maybe one of them. That was really tough. It was like the post, so it was the X-Death turn, Cloud removes the X-Death. The turn right after that, 3 or 4 things were presented by Logan. Irving didn't just have like this efficient answer for it, and all of a sudden it was like, uh-oh. Like, that was when you had to start making a decision, like, do I play more things and draw more cards and put myself under that line, that threshold where I'm going to deck first? And then by the time we make that decision, of course he's going to have like a Neo X-Death, or he's going to have a Heck 5 or something like that. That's just what Ice Earth does, right? So I think there were a few turns there. Irving had a really good strategy, and he had a good chance. But Logan coming out on top with a very cheeky little Ice Earth deck. So it is going to be Logan versus Jared in the finals for the tiebreaker here. I'm going to just go ahead and let those guys do the old... Let's go Eureka. Whoa. Versus Logan. Tiebreaker when ready, please. All right. Good game here, man. It was very fun to watch this one. I liked it a lot. I've been disconnected from the game. All right, we're switching the table, dude. Not bad for try one. Yeah, dude, for sure. I mean, I'll tell you what, dude. When in that game, obviously, we had to pivot off the Arden because of just the nature of what our opponent was doing. But, man, the previous round, watching that turn where, like, it's like the Arden, and then you, like, removed the thing with an Odin, attacked, traded off another thing, did another thing. I was just like, that's sick, dude. This is like some really cool Arden value was happening. And Logan even saying in chat here, your deck is much cooler than mine, to be honest. Look, dude, game recognized game. That's respect right there. Okay, I do love that too, about whenever there's like the new set and you're playing something that is like fun that you're interested in, but you're looking at what your opponent's doing on the other side of the table, you're like, oh shit, that looks fun. Whoa, that looks fun. I want to do that. The big thanks here. Look at these gentlemen, dude. Look at these gamers. All right, so we've got the tiebreaker. That'll be coming up here in just a second. You can see me holding it down in Juno there. There's a lot going on the old Vanadil cam tonight. Just out here in old Juno. Major hub city, right? Although Port Juno is always a little sleepy, that's where we are. But we'll find the people when we go to the auction house. Alright. Is the game up? Is the game ready for us? It is. Table 1. Let's go ahead and jump. Oh my god, dude. One of the games that's open right now on Octagon is just called Mariah Carey Christmas. It's too early. It's too early. Let me get through fucking Thanksgiving. Please, Mariah Carey, go back into your tomb. Alright. Let's get this game on the screen, folks. Let's kick off the finals for our first Opus 27 event. It's been so fun to see all these new decks tonight, a lot of new strategies. We did have somebody trying we had somebody trying everything but Sky Pirates. I'm really hoping that Eureka is playing Sky Pirates, and it looks like that is exactly what is going on here. I was hoping, I know that he's a Sky Pirate kind of guy, I know he's a Wind gamer. I was really hoping that he was going to be on him tonight, man. Oh, I'm excited to see this game. Alright, so we've got Sky Pirates from Jared up on top, aka Eureka. So nice to see you joining us this week as always, Eureka. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you guys enjoy getting to see some of these gamers from other countries come and join us to play. I always love that. It's one of the fun things about this weekly, huh? Alright, so we've got Vieira and Kites kind of giving us the heads up that not only is this Sky Pirates, but it looks an awful lot like that more recent Mono Wind Ash Bosch type of Sky Pirate deck. So it's curious to see if it's just that with a little bit of zhuzh. I think the new Pinello is incredible, and I think that's going to be one of the absolute stars of the changes or the updates to this new deck. Also, maybe with the new Vaughn, pretty good, pretty good. Love to see what's going on here, so we'll give Eureka a chance to kind of debut that for us. Meanwhile, we know what's going on the other side of the table. We've now seen this in 2 games tonight. This is going to be the Ice Earth control deck from Logan here. Now, Ice Earth, like I said, this play pattern, it feels very familiar. This deck feels very familiar. It's like an old friend we haven't seen for a few years. He's got a new tattoo. He's got a sick new haircut. He's got a great new job. He's got like a wife we haven't met yet. Nice to meet her. Everything's going so well for him. We're very excited. So it's cool to see, like, oh man, oh, like Cindy, dude, nice to meet you, Cindy. Yeah, you're taking good care of our guy, Mr. Earth over here. Eureka popped a Titus limit break last game, apparently. There you go. Well, he can if he's got Philo, right? I love that though. Let's see some of that shit. I love that though. Eureka's already typing in chat though, so I wonder. He's starting to think through, okay, this is gonna be a long one. It's Ice Earth. How do I want to play it? You know, plays the Philo there instead of just playing it off the 2 backups. Opts to pitch a card to play it, so it does show like kind of the paths he was thinking between here. Like I could just play the Philo and keep it slow and low, but I think he's kind of identifying like When one of these decks is Ice Earth, you're the beatdown, right? So we are playing Vaughn, dude. Classic Vaughn enters the field searching for a Sky Pirate 2 or less to play on the field. I love this guy, and it's going to be the Pinello. I love this card. Let's look at this card for a second. A 1 CP Pinello, dull 3 active Sky Pirates to draw a card, and then put Pinello in the break zone, choose an auto ability, and cancel its effect. So we just have her on the field. She's sitting here ready to just cancel effects. And, well, when we play it off the Vaughn, we activate the 2 backups. So we're chilling now, man. We're ready to just draw a card every turn, and then she's here to cancel an auto for us. Now, she's not even the only thing in the deck that can cancel the autos, right? I assume we're still doing Fina stuff. This is just like a lot of really powerful auto ability interaction here, which is good. I think there needs to be more auto ability interaction. I don't think it always has to be a hard cancel. I would be interested to see, you know what is kind of missing from the game? There should be like a guy, like a fire guy or something, that like when auto abilities trigger, they just like shoot guys for damage. So it's kind of like like a burn type of mechanic where like, oh, if you don't move, you don't take damage, but like the more you do while this person is out, the worse it is for you. I think that's a pretty common mechanic if you think of like just like battle design, like in like combat and like MMO or like encounter design, like that kind of stuff. Like oh, there's this enemy that puts something on you or does something where like if you are active during this phase, like while he's in whatever enrage or charge phase, like you're gonna take extra damage, or like you get hurt the more you do stuff. So like the strategy is weird and different, but it's to slow down and to stop until this like thing is done or you remove this thing. So I don't think there's a lot of that in this game. I think it would be a really interesting design angle. If there's like a fire guy that was like, oh, every time your opponent activates or triggers an auto ability, like 5k, like it maybe doesn't even have to be like a crazy thing. I know there are guys that have been like when they're targeted, but I think it would be interesting, like along the same vein as things that interact with like, oh, when they search, draw a card or counter or do this thing. Like it'd just be cool to have like an artifact type guy out that like as your opponent is taking advantage of these setup abilities, that they have to worry about like the trade-off or playing into this thing that's going to hit them or punish them in some way as they do it. It doesn't stop them from doing it. It gives them this really interesting like cost that they have to consider. I think anyway that could be cool. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about what's going on here. KDP saying Key deserved to get Titus, dude. Oh man, but we got anyway. Bosch is coming down now, showing that this is in fact pretty much the new version of that deck that we've been seeing before. So Bosch is gonna just start adding those cards to our hand every turn. Again, he helps push through the board once it gets wide, and meanwhile we, on the other side of the table, things are going kind of slow. Kefka comes out pretty early here, which is cool. We're able to just snap off the Vaughn, which does, of course, activate backups, blah, blah, blah. Eureka doesn't even bother cracking the Larsa for you, just lets it go. I'll play another one later. Right? Bosch is going to reveal Kusa at the end of Bosch. Looks like we're going to add the Bosch to our hand, backup Bosch. And now we just start, we turn our Bosch sideways, see if the Kefka wants to trade. I don't know, it's a little tricky. We don't have a way to pump a Sky Pirate on the board, do we? Never mind. There she is. Ash. And she does in fact pump those Sky Pirates, doesn't she? Now, that does mean we're in main 2 though. The main 1, Ash, well, we didn't add her to hand, right? We added Bosch to our hand. Why not main 1 Ash? And then attack with the Bosch? I wonder. I guess he's gonna prevent the attack is something that we're like, sure, but make him pay for it? I don't know. Eureka is a better player than me, probably has a very specific reason that he opted to do it like that. Go to the active phase, draw 2 cards, use the ability of Prish. Eureka says, yeah, removing the warp counter is okay. Considering the auto entry though, he's in fact going to use Pinello to draw a card. Now he's considering whether or not he wants to let the auto resolve. If he decides to sack the Pinello, a really fun thing is you can also sack the Larsa and just get back to Pinello. But he is going to let it go. So he says, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Dull freeze the Philo, dull freeze the Bosch, sure. going to be Cloud from the Limit Break. Now, again, one of the cool things about having that lightning on the Cindy, right? So Cindy is going to be able to pay for the lightning for this Cloud. Cloud's going to come in. We're just going to cleanly remove that Penelo, and we're going to say, well, you could have used it to break that, to stop that ability. We're just going to kill her instead. That 1 CP card, having already drawn like 2 cards and then demanding removal. What a fucking card, man. Then we've got Ash, who's, I mean, shout outs to local Dory, who he held the Penelo up to me and he goes, I think this card's gonna get banned. I don't think we're anywhere near that, but I do think it's an extremely good card that we'll see a lot of play at Sky Pirate decks. We'll see. Penelo comes in again. Welcome back. Penelo is dead. Long live Penelo. I love Bosch, but he sure churns through the deck quick. That's a great point there, Sergio, right? Because we are sitting here looking at an Ice Earth deck that is decking almost all of their opponents as they win, right? I mean, they technically decked Irving. He conceded, right? So I'm pretty sure it's been deck out 3 times. So something that Eureka definitely has to consider, right? Because he's got Bosch eating through the deck. He's got Penelo drawing all these extra cards. Like, so when you're doing that, you're identifying like, if the game goes long, I lose. So you're just burning up that fuel and you're trying to go fast enough to do enough early that you can just win before we get to the inevitable heat death of the universe that Ice Earth is going to bring to you if the game just keeps going and going and going and going and going. Here's Balthier coming in, and he's just so happy to see things like a 1 CP Penelo that fucks people up. But yeah, he's going to enter. He's going to 3k the Prish. We're going to dull 3 Sky Pirates here to draw a card. Then we can pitch a card from our hand to activate all of our fucking Sky Pirates. It's a really cool deck, man. I just think this card is so good. We were talking about it. I don't know if it was on stream. I don't know if it was on the last podcast we recorded. I feel like maybe it was on stream when Chris was here. We were talking about the new cards, and I was basically saying that like this Sky Pirate deck, the way it existed last set, the Penelo was nice to have, but Penelo wasn't doing anything so strong or uniquely interesting or like that was really tying the deck together beyond just being like generically good for the deck. So I said Penelo is one where like I wonder what the new Penelo is going to be, because if it's good, if it does have like a bit of a role to play rather, it could be really gross. So Penelo is not a fair card. Yeah, well, I mean, it kind of is, right? It's just that what people are not doing right now is like it dies to a breeze, except nobody plays that kind of stuff right now. So like what people are doing right now is extremely good again. It's an absurdly strong card. Yes, as a the deck building cost for this card is not really a cost because you're already filling your deck with Sky Pirates, and then having the effect here to choose an auto ability and cancel it is very strong. However, dies to Zach. Yeah, dies to a lot of stuff. Now, right now, the Ash is out. Oh, we can tap Ash to protect our guys, right? But that's something that's true of Ash in every forward. This is why Ash is good. I do think that, like, this thing is... there's also, like, there's a whole world of counters that we don't really play right now because there's no 1 CP card that's demanding that we do something about it, right? As soon as a card like this starts to come out and demand that you're doing something about it, there's a lot of cards that start to look really appealing. There's a lot of things that target like 2 and less guys. The thing about Yuna is Yuna could cancel the auto like 4 times. Like, think about it. There were a lot of cards that could kill Yuna, but the problem was Yuna could continuously, like multiple times a turn, Yuna could counter that. Penelo gets a 1 and done, and when she does it, she's gone. Now, yes, you can bring her back. Yes, they have to replay her, but the thing is, it's very interactable. I'm not here to like I get it. It's good. It's strong. It's going to be a card that sees a lot of play. It's going to piss a lot of people off. But, like, you know, I think it's something, if it was to get, if, like, this deck gets crazy, there's a lot of stuff people can put in their decks that is, like, simple little burn or thing that, like, we'll just clean this guy up. So we'll see. It's going to definitely be an interesting, like, these are the fun parts of metas, right? Like, what is meta? We'll find out in the next week or two, like, what people are playing and what's good. And then people will, have their own things to do. I Vinced it, Zacked it, and got Titus. Like, okay. So? Did the Pinello Titus you? Like, that's kind of like the rest of the deck also just being good, right? But yeah. It's not like, you know, we're really here to to start these kinds of back and forth arguments. Like, yeah, there's a lot of, you could do something to it and still lose, believe it or not. You could also do something to it and win, dude. Show me on the doll where Pinello touched you. It's like, hey, it turns out that when people follow strict deck building constrictions to make cards pop off, that those cards pop off in the situations they're intended to work in. Pinello firing on all cylinders feels really strong. Yeah, it's like the point, right? Like, there's a lot of cards that people are playing that when they're doing their thing feel really unfair. We got the, is this a party attack, brother? We're party attacking with Kefka and Prish? Hell yeah, dude, we're getting in there. I didn't think... It's interesting to see that we're attacking. Like, we're gonna declare a block with Ash, we're gonna pitch a Sky Pirate from our hand, we're gonna activate all of our goddamn Sky Pirates, we're going to dull a couple guys to make it so that the Ash just doesn't take the damage. We're going to use Ash to kill one of these two cards. Now, to be fair, Logan is happy to replay either of these cards, but then we're going to be able to dull the Pinello before the end of the turn to draw another card. Now, doing all this stuff, of course, again, churning through the deck, Eureka down to 16 cards in deck. So we do this stuff, we're encouraging, he's pitching, he's doing all this. I don't know why he moves them both to the break zone. It just reduces the damage, only one of them dies. He has to choose which one dies. Yeah, okay, we're just replaying those. So, I don't think... Logan's like, yeah, you can kill them both. I don't know, I'm mostly looking for like a reset next turn or so. He's going to choose to kill the Prish. Yeah, reducing the damage the Ash takes by 10k here. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Dulling 3 Sky Pirates to draw a card. As I assume, Logan trying to pass. Oh no, that's Eureka's main too, sorry. He accidentally just entered the main phase because he hadn't been there before, so it untapped all his stuff. So now he needs to fix it by tapping all the stuff, refreezing. Oh no, Kites doesn't need to be frozen. He was frozen last turn, and we didn't go through the active phase, so it didn't unfreeze him. Playing Ace, dude. There it is, dude. That's gonna clean up the lock for sure. In fact, it'll kill both of them, right? Yeah. Ace is coming down for a 5 and 4, dude. It's a 9k to the board. And now we've got a nice wide board of 5 guys. They're all going to turn sideways next turn. So we just talked about this earlier. This is exactly what you have to do. If you realize the game you will lose if the game keeps going. You will lose if the game just drags out. So you are going to try to burn that fuel to burn fast and bright and just punch through. You will need to break through before all of that kind of resistance bogs you down to the point that you lose and deck out, right? So two Odins is sure a really good way to slow down your opponent's turn for free. So we're gonna Odin. Oh my god, we Odin the Ash and we Odin the Pinello, and then we Heck 5 the next turn. Oh no. Okay, I mean, hey, sure, right? Sure. 2 Odins, right? Salute the ding. That happens. It happens. Now Eureka's like, holy shit, I did it all. I went really fast. I went really wide. I had a lot of pressure. He didn't even have to use the big wipe. He just killed with 2 summons. So again, you know, Penelo gets removed. There's a couple things here where like we maybe could have triggered this Larsa a couple times. Like there's maybe a few times, but again, I really don't think he's doing anything wrong. Like, hey, he went wide, he went wide, he went wide, right? That's what the deck does. But the Bosch, the Penelos, the Vaughn searching the card out of the deck, reactivating things, like the deck, the Vieira, the deck is going to churn through cards to find its most powerful pieces fast and assemble a really scary board. But if you're able to deal with that board, he's going to take a little bit to get back up. So here, when he knocked this, try to get back the Balthier. This Balthier is it's really cool that we're playing this one. It get back the 1 CP Penelo. That's really neat right there. Very cool. So we were able to get 3 things back out and reestablish the auto cancel. So Balthier brings Penelo out. We are missing the Arcanist, man. I'll tell you, that one hurts. Not having Arcanist out this game, because that's exactly the amount of like, now he does have 4 different costs, but like to be able to prevent a little bit of this turn after turn. We're going to Victoria the Penelo to kill it. Penelo is going to tap 3 things to draw a card, then she's going to sack, or it doesn't matter whether she sacks herself or this thing kills her. But yeah, we're just going to kill the Penelo with it. Now, all Eureka has to do is get through this Victoria, and that's game, right? No, maybe not. Maybe not. Kujata, right? We know of at least 1 summon that exists here that can kill a dull forward. But not if they don't dull. Not if Bosch gives them Brave +2, right? If we Brave +2 and we're able to kill the Victoria. Now, Balthier is our #1 point removal. The other Balthier is on the table already here, so that's a little tricky. Depending on what he has in his hand, though, this Balthier also is able to dull 2 Sky Pirates to haste a Sky Pirate. So we could play a 4th attacker here, tap 2 of our backups, Philo and Kites, to haste whatever that guy is. And that can be pretty, like if it's a Fran, if it's a Vaughn, that can be pretty strong too. And then we're looking at, you know, just attack. We only have to do 3 more points of damage, and this Victoria is the only thing standing in the way. We do have these 3 cards in hand. Do we have Mateus's in this deck? We do have, oh, that's a Nero. I was like, there is a Mateus. Nope. We do have Mateus. Okay, that's interesting too. We can choose a forward to dull it, draw a card. We might even be able to Mateus and Kujata, like if we had to. I don't see the Kujata in here right now. I do see 2 Mateus. So we'll see. Howdy, returners, RPX Sire. Good day, my friend. It is so good to see you. Welcome to stream. We're getting close to wrapping up here, as we are in the tiebreaker between Eureka and Logan. Eureka is playing the Sky Pirates deck here, which has been very fun to see. And Logan actually has been tearing it up tonight with Ice Earth control, man. It's been a while since we've seen Ice Earth really having that kind of effectiveness, and so I do love that it's kind of back at the table here. Love love this one. I love Final Fantasy 6. What a game. What a game. All right. Anyway, we did get to the Vaughn, so I was a little curious about if it was going to be this Vaughn, because if it was Vaughn, it meant we couldn't tap the Philo and the Kites to haste Balthier because we need the water CP from one of the Sky Pirates. We did end up going in, yeah, the same Penelope Silly. So we did end up going in here where we are able to just build them back up, haste this guy, turn guys sideways. Like, we're able to just remove the forward. Saying good game, mate. Penelope Silly. Yeah, thanks for the games. Yeah, Penelope, very good card. All right. Well, folks, that's it for us tonight. We've got Eureka taking it with Sky Pirates. Very cool to see. Also, Ice Earth doing very well. Very cool to see this deck as well. I think these are the kinds of things that I love to see, man. When there's everything between old archetypes that haven't been around for a while coming back. We've got an archetype that's just been popular recently, Sky Pirates, getting cool new pieces that keep it exciting. We had players trying out the new Arden in a couple different situations. I loved seeing him already. Like, that one turn from Irving where he drew like 4 cards while just trading out the board. Very, very cool to see. Knotted in Gold. Good to see you, man. Thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate it. So good to see you. It's been a minute. But yeah, so it's just been neat. I love new set. I love seeing what people try for the first time in the new set. And Eureka subbing, guys. No, stop. No, not the hype train at the end. Thank you so much, Eureka. I appreciate it. And always a pleasure to have you come and join us for the weekly. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you had fun getting some games into the new set. It's been really, it's a really cool set. I like it a lot. I had a lot of fun with the pre-release. I really did. Like, the amount of really good synergies that just existed and sealed was really surprising. I bet drafting this set is really fun. I really want to draft this set. I think it'd be a good time. Daylight savings time doing the good work to help you get here earlier. I love that. Yeah, it's funny because it makes it early enough for you to stop by, and it also makes it early enough that RBX Sire is getting here right at the end, unfortunately. But it's so great. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, for joining us this week. I had a lot of fun looking over these new decks and these new cards for the first time. We're all set. We're all done here, folks. So we will be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. You know the drill. More Opus 27 next Wednesday. Thank you so much to everybody for tuning in, and we will catch you next time. Toodles!